We all reach a point in life where we don't get so much out of consuming more. Instead, this feels empty and we can't stand it anymore. It's like every minute we focus on consumption, on scrolling, on watching yet another episode on our favorite TV show. It doesn't do it for us anymore. And even things like, going out for a walk or being with family, even if this is important and super beautiful, there's still something missing. What I've found out is that we need to create. We need to have an outlet to articulate our worldview and use a medium that fulfills us while doing it. This could be photography, or dancing, or writing, doing something where we express our inner world. So instead of consuming even more, that doesn't give us anything back, we infuse ourselves into the creative process. It's like a world opens up here. Because the focus is not on getting anywhere or having an end result. It's rather that we open our world and we live there and explore it through creating, through trying things out. This is also where it feels more impactful to be surprised by the unexpected, where we don't know where the creative process will take us. This is art. When all our basic needs are met and we have a good life on paper, there's still this ache for creation. And sometimes we just sit there and wait for inspiration. We wait for something to happen before we engage with the craft itself. But I've found out that the very act of participating in the craft, taking that camera out, or opening a blank page and see what wants to come through. This process in itself allows something to move. Something that has been kind of pushed down through consuming more. And we kind of need to do this actively. We can't just stop to consume and scroll on our phone and then sit in the sofa and do nothing, hoping that eventually we will feel inspiration to create something. It's rather to be an active participant, using a medium that you enjoy, even if you don't feel inspired to use it, like the camera or pen and paper or a blank canvas, and paint. But you start. You enter the world. And this is so much more important than knowing what to create. Because when you enter the world, something shifts within you. Suddenly you feel more receptive, open. Ideas come to you, or rather, sometimes through you. It's like you're not the one painting anymore. It's rather that something wants to be painted. It's like a sculpture that has a block of stone. The sculpture's job is to reveal the sculpture that is already there within the block of stone. It's already there. And the sculpture doesn't necessarily need to know how the sculpture will look like. But he stands there ready with his tools. And he starts to engage with the block of stone. And there's always a first step, right? And that first step can sometimes feel a bit scary, and you procrastinate, and you do all other things. But what will that take you? I know for myself that more consumption is not the answer. It's rather that I feel more sluggish. I feel more out of focus. My body is like screaming from the inside. And I numb that scream through more consumption. Instead of putting it aside, go for a walk, bring my camera, and engage with what I see. I have my camera with me, and I start to look. It's not to find the prettiest thing to take a photo of. It's rather that I tune in and I become available. I open up for the creative process itself. And even if there's no photos taken or anything that I will use, I still had this walk where I were receptive, where I felt open, where I actually took in what's around me, where I allowed myself to walk around with this curiosity of maybe I will find something new today, a new angle, where the light hits in a certain way. I can't know that from beforehand. And I will certainly not reveal it from my couch. And we kind of need to get out of our own way as we infuse ourselves with the creative process. Oftentimes we are scared of losing control. And we want to figure it out first before we engage. But the creative process and art asks for us to infuse ourselves in it without knowing what will be created. And where the focus is not on the end result, but rather the end result is a byproduct of our very engagement with the creative process itself. It can feel a bit raw and naked, or not knowing a direction. Where will this take me? Maybe you don't know that. And maybe a part of infusing yourself with the creative process is just that you allow yourself to let go of your control for a while. We live with this narrative that life is under our control, when it's quite frankly the opposite. We can't control a thing in many cases. But what we can do is to respond to our surroundings. When I bring my camera out, I respond to the light, I respond to the environment, and I capture the moment. And when we use this as our center of gravity as we create art, we take out the pressure from the equation. Then it's not a threat to take out the pen and paper anymore. It's not threatening because there's no demand to get somewhere. Rather, it's a world that wants to invite you in. And you have the willingness and curiosity to just investigate it, relate to it, and see what comes through. And this is a muscle in itself that we need to train to become comfortable enough to have a creative life that's filled with art, that's filled with beauty, that's filled with new discoveries about ourselves and the world that we engage with. And this, my friend, is beautiful. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video.